Is she the definitive late 80s, early 90s Black Widow? An obvious reuse and repaint of the Black Widow Avengers 60th Anniversary pinless buck and the Walmart Black Widow head. Should you add the Uncanny X-Men mini comic book wave Black Widow to your collection? I was going to skip this figure, but I wanted to check the Jean Grey and Boss Fight Studio Red Sonja Headswaps potential. Did any of them actually work well? Is this $28 figure worth getting for the mini comic, the painted Widow logo, or the kit bash potential? Let's find out. We're skipping the line and going straight to the kit bashing potential because this is where the value of this new pinless body really lies. Here is the new Black Widow head on the Phoenix body, giving Jean a fresh, short-haired look. This actually gives us a great custom Rachel Summers, the second Phoenix. And since both figures are in the same comic book accessory wave, it's a simple and effective swap. From certain angles, this shorter cut echoes her look from the cover of Uncanny X-Men 268, even though she has longer hair inside the comic book. Speaking of that new Black Widow head, I found a major issue right away. Collectors needs to know about this. The head is surprisingly loose, even on a standard Black Widow Avengers 60th Anniversary pinless buck. If you push it down to eliminate the neck gap, the head locks and cannot move from side to side. To get any range, you have to pull the head up, exposing a very noticeable neck gap. I'm not sure if this is a QC issue on my figure or a design problem, but it definitely affects posing right out of the box. Now let's add some Phoenix Force power to this new Black Widow body. I've got 3 different Jean Grey heads to test, starting with the 2 heads from the Jean Grey and Phoenix Force release. Over time, I've gained a better appreciation for these contrasting Jean looks. First, we have the smiling head, or as Emma Frost calls her, Good Phoenix. Skin tone is always tricky, especially with the neck exposed, and Black Widow's skin is a bit too light for a perfect match. Next is what Emma Frost calls the Bad Phoenix, with the white out eyes. This sculpt actually looks fantastic on the tactical gray Black Widow body. And finally, going retro, here's the Phoenix head from the Toys R Us 2-pack with Cyclops. A great vintage option, though the older sculpt still sits a little higher on the neck, and with a solid flesh skin tone, it's quite obvious that it's not a match for this body. Just for reference, since the usual replacement for the Celine Dion Phoenix head is the Deadly Origins Black Widow head, here it is on the Black Widow pinless body. It looks great here, but the problem is, the Deadly Origins figure came with accessories which this particular body cannot hold. That's something we need to investigate later. But for now, I'm curious to know which of the following Jean Grey head is the best fit for the Black Widow pinless body. Let me know in the comments below. I made a mistake in my Marvel Legends Inhumans Medusa and Gorgon 2-pack review. I completely overlooked the head swap potential of that unique pink bikini pinless body. So let's fix that right now. Here is the new Uncanny X-Men Black Widow head on the Medusa body. The short hair and confident sculpt honestly make Natasha look like she finally took a much needed beach break from her spy work. If she wants a beach break with long hair, here's one of the best heads from the Avengers 60th Anniversary Black Widow. The long red hair is still one of the favorite default options for other characters like G.I. Joe CoverGirl, and it comes to no surprise that it is a perfect fit for the Medusa body mold. Another big surprise is the short hair head from that figure, because it works well with this body too. Later in this review, I'll do a full kit bash comparison between this new mini comic book Black Widow and the 60th anniversary. Stay tuned for that. Since we're already in beach attire territory, here's the new Black Widow head on the Gamerverse body of Psylocke. something is definitely more noticeable right here, and it's not the main assets of the Psylocke sculpt. A short hair I wanted to test is the Age of Apocalypse Shadowcat. Kitty's head does not look great on the new Black Widow body, maybe because of the strong skin tone mismatch, but the Black Widow head on the AOA Shadowcat body actually looks good despite of the skin tone mismatch. Another red head to test on the new body is Mary Jane Watson from the retro Spider-Man Gwen Stacy release. Since that MJ head still doesn't have a perfect matching body, I'm always hunting for one, but this new Black Widow is not it. And since we're still in Spider-Man territory, here is Angelica Jones on the Widow body, giving us a Firestar in grey look. The ultimate head swap I was hoping would work is with the Boss Fight Studio Epic Hacks Red Sonja. First, here's the Black Widow head on the Red Sonja body. It needs some help. I added blue tack or sticky tack inside the head so it would stay on. The skin tone isn't a match, and it's even more obvious when the Sonja head is on the Widow body. What I love about the Red Sonja heads is the emotional range. From calm to fully screaming, it would have been amazing if this new Black Widow came with that kind of variety. Unfortunately, just like the Siren Kit Bash, the head sits too high on the Widow body, and this confirms that the Black Widow body has a noticeable long neck. I was really hoping this swap would work, but it failed on several levels. Which head swap was your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this helpful, I hope you give this review a hype, a like, subscribe to my channel, and share this with your friends. For places where the figures in this review might still be available, I left some links in the description below.
I'm Tigerknight!
This new figure isn't just a generic Grey Widow. This is the late 80s and early 90s Black Widow with that large Widow Spider logo at the back. Most famously known for Jim Lee's legendary Uncanny X-Men number 268. But this grey costume actually debuted nearly a decade earlier in Avengers 239 and in one of her iconic team-ups with Daredevil in Daredevil number 187 from 1982. During that era, she didn't have the Widow stingers. Thankfully, the stingers on these figures are not glued onto the wrist, so you can remove them if you want the true late 80s look. Now, let's take a closer look at the details of this figure and compare her side by side with the Avengers 80th Anniversary Black Widow. She has only one head sculpt, which is an inkjet printed version of the 2020 Walmart Black Widow head. The key difference here is the skin tone. This new one has a lighter complexion with a subtle red blush on her cheeks. The red hair is darker now with some added dark wash to highlight the sculpt. The inkjet printed eyes look excellent on this version. Here is a closer look at those lovely eyes. The right eye is partially covered with her curly bangs, but lifting it reveals it's painted really well. This is the Walmart Black Widow head with updated paint apps. Is this a perfect late 80s, early 90s Black Widow? Articulation wise, absolutely, but there's a small, negligible differences in the costume detail. There are sculpted costume lines running down the center of her torso, front and back, which is inaccurate to her comic book look. It should be the same as the Walmart Black Widow body. But honestly, I prefer this new body mold over the older one with gummy parts, especially the legs. The best part about this figure is the Widow logo covering her back. I'm glad it's painted cleanly and almost no smudges. Since this is the Avengers 60th Anniversary Black Widow body, she has pinless elbows and knees. I checked the neck peg, it's the same. I mentioned earlier that the head is very loose on this body. Maybe because Hasbro didn't update the peg hole depth, or the size of the socket from the Walmart Widow head. Since they're the same body mold, let's perform a head swap between the two. I really wish the skin tone wasn't so different because the Avengers 60th anniversary heads are a perfect fit on this new gray version of the Black Widow body. For accessories, she comes with two open palm expressive hands, just like the 60th anniversary release. These are sculpted fingernails on her gloved hands. Bringing the grand number total of hands to 4, but not as pairs. We get a right closed fist hand and a left weapon holding hand. The 60th anniversary has a pair of closed fists, but does not include this holding hand. I wish that instead of a weapon holding hand, Hasbro gave her a trigger finger hand so she could hold guns and the included comic book as well. For this one, I prefer trigger finger hands over the comic book. The comic book looks great, but I think she would benefit more from trigger finger hands. Those kind of hands can also hold the comic book. The Walmart version didn't have those hands, so it would be nice if this particular figure finally have them. She has alternate stingers with red smoke and a black tip coming out. I like this one better than the white translucent smoke from the 60th anniversary Black Widow. Here is a quick swap between the smoking stingers. The newer stingers have a brighter metallic gold finish. The final set of accessories is the alternate stingers with the red blast effect. Another upgrade, the red color is more bold and rich compared to the light translucent red from the Avengers 60th anniversary Black Widow. Here is a quick swap between the blasting stingers. For packaging, she comes in the mini comic book wave retro card back packaging. On top, it says Black Widow. The corner box has a digital render of the figure. Marvel Legends 1990, number 268, refers to the Uncanny X-Men 268, published in 1990, art by Jim Lee. The comic book cover art is featured behind the figure, Wolverine, Captain America, and Black Widow together again for the first time. On the left side is interior art by Jim Lee of an injured Black Widow who later falls into the arms of Wolverine. At the back are the figures included in this wave. I reviewed Astonishing X-Men Beast and Phoenix already. We're halfway there. Here's a short read-up. Pause it right now if you want to have a read. Some trademarks, warnings, and the barcode. The new Marvel Legends Black Widow Uncanny X-Men 268 stands 15.4 cm to the top of her hair, but she looks closer to 15 cm or 5.9 inches tall. According to the official handbook to the Marvel Universe, Natasha Romanoff stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, making this figure slightly taller than her actual comic book height. For 6-inch scale Avengers Marvel Legends size comparisons, Wolverine, Captain America, the 60th anniversary Black Widow, and the old female body mold Retro Scarlet Witch. For a Women of Marvel lineup, Jubilee, Phoenix Rachel Summers, the 85th anniversary of Marvel Warbird, and the best regular size female buck Jean Grey in her green Phoenix costume. Best regular size male buck Cyclops, Medusa, and Gorgon, which I reviewed recently, and in blue Arcade Glory, Gamerverse Venom. Some more arcade nostalgia, Marvel vs. Capcom, Wolverine, Captain America, Jada Toys Ryu, and Cammy. For 1/12 scale size comparison, Medicom Toy Mafex Psylocke and Wolverine, both in their Uncanny X-Men 268 costumes, so they fit perfectly besides Black Widow, her longtime partner Daredevil. Recently reviewed Mafex Weapon X, I hope you check that review out. Mezco 112 Collective Bishop, and Darna by Halimao Sculptures and Loose Collector. 6-inch scale versus 7-inch scale size comparison, Marvel Legends 80th Anniversary Hulk, and the Marvel Select Immortal Hulk or the Rampaging Hulk. For articulation, her head can move from side to side, can look up really well, look down really well. She has a butterfly joint. her arms can extend that far. She can do a full 360 right here. She has a bicep swivel, double jointed pinless elbows, wrists can swivel, hinge forward and back. She has a upper torso swivel, can crunch forward this well, crunch backward really well. She does not have a waist swivel. She can do a split, upper thigh swivel, double jointed pinless knees, can kick back this far, kick forward, feet can hinge forward and back, and has an ankle rocker. Although she is a near perfect late 80s, early 90s Black Widow, the minor details I pointed out may matter to picky collectors. But for most collectors, this is the best, most desirable pinless body for Black Widow. She can hit superhero landings and all the acrobatic poses with ease. For 90s X-Men collectors, she is a great addition, especially if you want to recreate the iconic Uncanny X-Men 268 team-up with Wolverine and Captain America. And for late 80s and early 90s Avengers collectors, this is honestly a must-add figure. This grey costume era is iconic, and Hasbro finally gave it the articulation and silhouette it deserves. No gummy legs. If you enjoyed the comic book history and all the posing options, I hope you check out my other reviews on the channel. Here is a link to the Comic Book Accessory Wave playlist. Thank you for watching. I hope you give this review a hype, a like, subscribe to my channel, and share this with our fellow collectors. More reviews to come, so I hope to see you in the next one.